Delaware Blue Hen head basketball coach Monte Ross, Alabama Crimson Tide skipper Anthony Grant, UNC Wilmington Seahawk head man Benny Moss, first-year VCU Ram leader Shaka Smart. All these Division I head coaches undoubtedly have great college basketball jobs, and in a sense, they owe it all to one man, Oklahoma head coach Jeff Capel.
All right, so maybe that isn't entirely the case, but isn't that far off? After all, it was 6 years ago here at VCU, a school in downtown Richmond, that Jeff Capel was coming off a 20-win season and a trip to the NCAA tournament. Sure enough, the big schools all across the country started inquiring about the young head coach, and the VCU administration knew they might lose the young coach. So what did they do? They formed a consortium of young assistant coaches who were just like Jeff Capel when they hired him years earlier. And they wanted to choose one of those guys to replace Capel if he were to leave.
Jeff Capel was at VCU about 6 years ago, and Jeff Capel was being courted by many schools. And what ended up happening was we were afraid we were going to lose Jeff Capel to these schools, so we needed to figure out who our next coach was going to be. And so it wasn't after the Jeff Capel left, it was actually prior to Jeff Capel leaving is when we really started looking at other coaches because we knew he was going to go to a major school.
So in order to continue the success they'd already enjoyed on the court, the Center for Sport Leadership and the VCU Athletic Administration teamed up with Nike, and they organized this group of up-and-coming Division I assistants, and they called it Villa 7.
Well, Villa 7 is an exclusive situation. These coaches are invited. It's a process of Nike, VCU Athletics, and the Center for Sport Leadership. We all come together. We get together, decide on who the top 50 assistant coaches are throughout the country. They're exclusively invited to Portland to meet with athletic directors from all around the country.
The assistants head off to Oregon to really do two things: meet with current head coaches to find out what it's like to be a head coach, and to meet with athletic directors from across the country, people who one day may be interviewing them for real.
Two-day-long professional development where they have everything from contract negotiations, media skills, meeting with some of the top coaches in the country, what's it like for their first 100 days being on the job, what type of pressures they're going to have for their first 100 days on the job. And what's really interesting, what we do is speed dating with athletic directors. So the coaches are actually having 5-minute interviews with athletic directors.
Villa 7 now claims over 50 alumni with head coaching jobs in Division I college basketball, including VCU's new head coach, Shaka Smart. Shaka Smart had gotten to know his new boss, VCU Athletic Director Norwood Teague, at a Villa 7 conference.
I first met Shaka 3 years ago at Nike, and since then he did a great job with me cultivating the relationship that we had. We got to know each other better each time at Nike with Villa 7, and it just fostered a relationship. I got to know him beyond the coach. I got to know a lot of his references, a lot of people around him, and by the time we were ready to hire here, I was ready to go with Shaka Smart.
And Smart was quick to point out Villa 7's influence when speaking for the first time as the Rams head coach.
Also want to express my gratitude to Mike Ellis and the organizers of the Villa 7 Consortium. Without that event, I wouldn't have had the relationship which allowed me to put myself in this position. So I thank you very much for that.
It's fair to say that without Villa 7, I probably wouldn't have hired Shaka. I wouldn't have gotten to know him as well as I did because it provided such a great forum to do that.
Villa 7 alumni continue to pile up wins in Division I college basketball. They continue to win championships. They continue to go to the NCAAs. But you have to wonder, don't you? When they cross paths with him on the recruiting trail or at coaching clinics, do they give a little nod to the guy who got the ball rolling? Oklahoma Sooner head coach Jeff Capel.